Hi, I'm Lily. Let's explore and find amazing treasures in thrift stores. I'm in Washington State, on the east side of the Seattle metropolitan area. Less than 3 hours ago, I found this gem while thrifting for just $6 in the Halloween section. This shop is only about 2 miles from my house, though it's pretty small. I'm honestly so giddy right now. This dress is giving me major Agatha Harkness vibes. I absolutely love it. It feels like a real treasure. I'm by no means an expert, but I'm pretty sure this dress is designed to resemble one from the late Victorian to the Edwardian era, probably between 1890 and 1910. One thing I noticed is that the inside of the bodice has pinking, so I decided to look up the history of pinking shears. Turns out the modern version we know today was patented in 1893. But when I looked more closely at the dress, the little triangle edges aren't uniform, which would be the case if pinking shears had been used. This suggests that the dress was made before 1896, as seamstresses used a pinking iron or punch before the invention of pinking shears. The pinking iron was patented in 1876 and worked by placing it on the fabric and striking it with a mallet, creating a scalloped edge. If you look closely at the dress, you can see overlapping cut edges and slight scallops, just like you'd expect from a pinking iron. In terms of the overall cut, I compared fashion trends from the 1860s and 1870s. In the 1860s, think Civil War era dresses, the shoulders were more dropped and the upper sleeves roomier, while by the 1870s, the style had shifted to slimmer, higher shoulders with more fitted sleeves. Based on the high armholes, tight sleeves, and high neck, I would guess this dress is from the 1880s. The 1870s had looser sleeves, the 1890s had puffier shoulders, and the early 1900s had wider sleeves and lower necklines. That leads us to estimate at least between 1876 to 1896. Putting all of this together has me believing that this is a true antebellum garment, made sometime between the late 1860s to early mid-1870s. Interestingly, this is actually the second Victorian piece I found there. A few Halloweens ago, I scored an antique cape with jet trim from their costume rack. If I remember correctly, that was also in the $4 to $8 range. It's always such a thrill to stumble upon these hidden gems. Today, I went to a thrift store and stumbled upon a turtle lamp that instantly brought back a flood of memories. I couldn't believe my eyes. Back in the 90s, my best friend's dad worked for a company in the San Francisco Bay Area that made these lamps. I remember them so vividly. They were beautifully crafted, and the company would gift them to everyone at Christmas. Seeing this lamp again felt like a blast from the past. And the best part? I got it for just $4.99. What an incredible find. I cherished mine back in the day, and now I get to relive those moments all over again. Talk about luck. I found this unhinged sweatshirt at Goodwill today. There must be something terribly wrong with me because I stared at it for about 30 seconds, wondering what the hell was wrong with it. Sure, it had the word hell on it. That's offensive. But see you in hell. Oh yay, maybe not for shirt. What the feck? I need to check myself. I swear so much that I didn't see how that was offensive in any way for at least 39 seconds. Then I laughed hysterically. I still think it's funny. What's hell got to do with waterfowl? But maybe not on a shirt. Maybe stick to mugs and stationery. This may be the greatest shirt of my lifetime. Why, yes, I absolutely bought this vintage bread box to save it. I mean, who in their right mind would take a permanent marker to such a stunning hand-painted piece? The artwork is so charming and detailed. It deserves to be treasured, not scribbled on. Honestly, I can't help but wonder if the same person who wrote Milk Eggs Grocery on this also went after their fridge with the same marker. At first, I thought rubbing alcohol would be enough to lift the ink, but I quickly realized it wasn't making any progress. I started to worry, but thankfully, I remembered I had some gel paint stripper. It worked like magic, though I had to be extra careful not to damage the hand-painted design. While I couldn't completely erase all the marker, The bread box is definitely looking much better now. It's no longer a victim of careless doodles, and its vibrant strawberries can shine once again. It's such a happy little piece now, and I'm so glad I could give it a second chance.
I decided to stop by the thrift store on my way home from work. And let me just say, I'm so glad I did. Here's a little backstory because it makes the find even sweeter. My best friend and I have known each other since we were 5 years old. We're 32 now, and despite living on opposite coasts and leading very different lives, I'm single with a cat on the West Coast, and she's a stay-at-home mom to 2 beautiful girls on the East Coast. We've stayed in touch for 27 amazing years. We don't talk every day, but we've always kept our friendship strong. Over a year ago, she texted me about her dream bag, a book bag that was discontinued and only available secondhand at ridiculously high prices. It was one of those splurge-worthy, hard-to-find items she thought she'd never own. Fast forward to today, I walked into the thrift store and spotted a bag by the same brand. It wasn't the bag, so I felt a little disappointed. But then, just as I moved to the next rack, there it was. The exact bag she'd dreamed of. I immediately texted her, only to realize her notifications were off. The 3-hour time difference strikes again. I was ready to push that text through as an absolute emergency. But luckily, she replied right away. Her reaction? Pure disbelief. Holy shit, it's the bag. One $20 discount coupon later, the bag was mine. Well, hers. She's already said she'll pay me back, but honestly, this feels like a Christmas miracle meant to be, so every penny she sends is coming right back to her. Merry Christmas, Jay. Here's to this magical moment and at least 27 more years of friendship. I couldn't believe my luck when I stumbled upon these amazing vintage tops, all for just $20. The moment I caught a glimpse of the sleeve, my heart practically stopped. I knew it was something special before I even saw the whole piece. I already own 3 sweatshirts from this brand, but this one instantly became my favorite. It's by Art Unlimited, the masters of all-over print sweatshirts. Their designs are iconic, bursting with vibrant colors and unique patterns that stand the test of time. Safe to say, this one's going to have a cherished spot in my wardrobe. I had a little voice in my head tell me to check my local Goodwill, and it certainly paid off. I found the strawberry one first, then an employee mentioned the bell pepper. They had just put them out on the shelves, and I couldn't believe my luck. The perfect blend of goofy and macabre, they both have that waxy look on the outside, almost like real produce, definitely giving off an uncanny valley vibe. I walked past the strawberry one at first and thought, yeah, that's kinda cool. But as I kept wandering around, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I knew I'd regret not getting them. Now that I've discovered these, I'm on the hunt for the pineapple next. Though I might have used up all my luck for the year,